I'm just gonna read for this one, and it's my second one like this. My first one I kind of had a lot, and I think my first one was unnecessarily long, with long pauses. And I don't even know if I was reading right, but I'm gonna make another one here. I'm just gonna read some of my recent ones, some of them that I'm not really confident to put out, but confident enough to read at least. I wrote this one this morning. Doesn't have a title yet. Waking up to the fogged windows, I raise my head to see a crow defecating from a telephone line, the unwashed dishes in the sink, a glimmer in the picture frame. Something filthy in a pretty life is like a, a stain on a dress, a crack in the sky where imperfection is a mere discolored cloud, and the clothes ragged on the floor could be nothing more than normalcy, stunningly plain enough to be a painting worth swallowing. There are such days I have swallowed, such days as crows defecate onto moving vehicles, some kind of discovery. I'm struggling to read my own handwriting. It's terrible. This one's some of them I've written on my laptop. Solitude in September. A sky with stretched marks, pale skin laid bare behind the bare painted walls of homes. A man from his bedroom window, arms on the rails, looking down the black stretch of street and green plants. The sun intensifies and the shadows hide in balconies and tunnels. Today is the same day in another page. Seemingly, reality shifts, moving you from one home to another until the comfort of decorated walls and clear windows is solitude. Weather is solitude. Little people with grocery bags and cars backing up from driveways, your curtains covering the other half of your sight, is solitude. The stretched sky moves behind my apartment and a new blue page reads into view. The man is no longer looking out of his bedroom window. White curtains veil the many neighboring apartment windows. Since departure, my skin has not met rain since the move, has not caught the first blush of dawn and its succeeding strokes of orange, no touches of snow, dearly missed from a winterless home, but my eyes cast upwards to the great blue and I can feel the soft curves and crevices of clouds the size of dreams. Indoor delusions. I leave my window open because of the heaven-sent possibility a white dove will perch beside it and send me love letters from Eden in exchange for sunflower seeds. Or if a blazing phoenix or an angel or Icarus would fall from the sky and onto the nearby street, I could capture it in memory. Yet every day there are crows in nests in the trees by the playground, and they do not visit me. Stare into the distance until you find heaven. The needles shooting from my eyes stop at the netted window. Somehow it reflects from the window pane, and in some unknown geometry refracts from the corners of my shapeless room. My eyes are dry once again. That is, there is too much sun out for any raindrops to dampen the perfect still image of day. But there must be a storm ruminating behind the clouds and stones in my head, some manifested fury born of the nameless things the world has done to me, the ruined sensations the world has offered me through open palms and deaf promises. I listened to myself trust everything that gave me a reason to take my glances from the window to the glowing open door. I took my hand from my swelling heart to feel its strained pulse permeate to my face. I wiped the tears that could not come out because of the depth of my suffering must be so internal that the sorrows have locked themselves like I, too scared to feel anything beyond the shut door or the barricaded windows, too vulnerable to let the tears condensate into words, too vulnerable to let the hell within me come out into the world that made it. Surrounded alone. There's something outside. There's something keeping me from this world. Something keeping me from you, and you, and you. Believe me, it's true. I see two lampposts opposite my porch. They talk to each other. The family far on the sidewalk, a man and his wife and his two kids coming home from school. They talk to each other. At night when the lampposts are louder than ever, two squealing cats, one over the other, they make love to each other. Something farther than the clouds, they make love too, but some clouds cannot touch anything. Something closer, like a mask on my face, somewhere near all the times clinging to me. It is not you or you or you. Not in the mall where a mother and her child in the high chair with greasy, stubby fingers in the bag of French fries because they talk. They talk, but they do not talk to me. They do not look at me. No one does really. It must be the lampost's white surgery lights blurring my face, or the married man's children, the little girl in her high chair. The world is in them. The world is them. And sometimes they look past me, or they walk past me, trailing their nonsense words, exchanges of love on the ground I walk. They keep themselves from me. A conversation brewing words too true for me, or for you to know. The butterflies die too soon. Another dead butterfly fell onto my windowsill. He must have lost his breath among the pesticides, or brushed his nose onto the rosebud for the nth time, thinking the petals would hold him tighter. I saw his wings, gold in black stripes, twitching, and I poked him with the tip of my pen. He wouldn't budge. I wish I could have seen him out there, flitting above the honeysuckles, because there's a comfort seeing life in something living by the edge of death, twirling round the reaper's fingers, aren't we all? I stared at it more, thinking it would flash its pretty wings at me one last time. I knew it was dead, but something in it kept me from looking away. I wish I could have split its wings, gently, and seen them put back together, used them as ornaments on dresses, in picture frames, in pages, and envelopes. I could have stripped the wings from every butterfly that landed dead by the window or by the bushes, and made a display of all the little beautiful things that die too soon to be admired in flight. Every little beautiful thing that if it weren't for my sentimental, pitied hands sunken back into the sullen earth, I promised it could fly forever. The mangoes blush. The mangoes are too ripe. The mangoes blush. The mangoes are ripe. Too ripe, they are almost red, almost swollen, bleeding to be held, peeled like a heart. My heart when it fell from the tree before your feet, in the autumn when what mango trees birth their offspring, fallen, confused among the leaves. I could not tell you that there were mangoes growing in my stomach, and some are deformed, some are almost red, too ripe, almost good enough for you. They look and taste the same, sweet, but they bleed a little more than the ones from the trees. Monotony. There is no more passion. It is died out in the air, the vacant nothing of this quiet room. I have starved every thought from my heart, and still no love can come out. I have drained ink from pen, fruit from tree, and still nothing is returning to me. The days have gone dull as a blade on a stone, repeatedly reducing itself. I could reduce myself piece by piece until only the words that will not come out remain, until my final breath, gasping my name, forgets everything before my lips can close forever. I would have closed my eyelids forever too if I were not afraid of the darkness that pervades the space where passion should be. I could reduce myself until I can say that life needs no meaning other than facing yourself in the darkness, in some vacant nothing room of dull blades and rotten fruit, in the depths of some nameless disparity that cannot be reduced to pieces. Cosmically abandoned. Tell the world that you love the way it hates you. I've tried countless times, no response. Only the white quiet of blinking stars and cocaine like stardust on the crooked table of space. The night sky, just as crooked, looks like the same night sky I confess to. The same blank-faced moon that cannot help me. The same empty blank space I've mistaken for the only mirror that cannot show my face. I hate the way the world hates me, and I hate the way the universe will not tell me that I am truly here, that my only proof of life are my veins that stretched and pulled cannot reach heaven's borders, cannot rush blood faster than the arrival of dawn. The only proof of life that keeps me stranded in a sea of faceless people is that I love and that I hate, but the universe can never return those feelings. I have yet to meet someone that can love me. I have yet to meet someone that can hate me. If the universe cannot tell me such things, and so my only hope fell into the hands of people that, like the empty night sky, cannot love, cannot hate as much as the universe pains me to live through. Maybe I belong in my own arms. Maybe I'm supposed to make my own universe there. Maybe I'm only here to find myself there, to prove to the world that hates me that I love the way I have been given every thought and every second, only to prove that my life has meant something, at least something, in the unobtrusive reflective blur of that empty, black, drugged night sky. I kind of want to talk about some of the earlier ones that I read, you'll notice that they're all about morning, about the sun, about looking out of windows. Because since I moved here, most of my poems have just been written beside a window or on a balcony, looking out into the distance, looking out at opposite apartment buildings. And I'm kind of sick of how all my recent poems have just been about that, or kind of been twists about that same image. But, your environment kind of influences what you write. And I'm writing more and more. I'm getting back into it slowly. And not even all of these ones that I read today were new. The later ones were just old ones that I revisited, but the first few ones were new. And I would have read more new ones if I understood my handwriting. But I'll type most of those out eventually, and I'll keep writing. Eventually I might make another video like this, but that is all for today. And hopefully that was enjoyable enough. Maybe.